When you hear the name Gautam Gambhir, it really brings up some strong feelings, doesn't it? Intense, aggressive, and, let's be honest, undeniably brilliant. But his story is so much more than just cricket. It's really a masterclass in how to perform when the lights are shining brightest. And it all kind of boils down to two very, very simple numbers. Okay, so let's start with just one number, 75. Just let that hang in the air for a second.
All right, got that? Now, here's the second one, 97. See, for a billion people, 75 and 97, they're not just scores on a board. No way. They are these iconic moments literally burned into the history books, delivered by one guy on the world's biggest stages.
And this is where it all comes together. Think about it. The first ever T20 World Cup final against your biggest rivals, Pakistan. His 75 was the absolute foundation of India's score. Then, fast forward 4 years, the 2011 ODI World Cup final. India's in deep trouble, and his 97 was the rock that got them through it. 2 massive finals, 2 different formats. He's the top scorer both times, and India wins both times. This is exactly where the legend of Gambhir, the big game player, was born.
So you might be wondering, how does someone develop that kind of big match temperament? Well, it wasn't a fluke. It was actually forged in the absolute toughest arena of the game, Test cricket.
I mean, just look at this timeline. It's insane. During 2008 and 2009, Gambhir was just playing a different sport, it felt like. He wasn't just getting by, he was dominating the best bowlers on the planet, hitting centuries in 5 straight tests. Only 3 other guys in history had done that before him. It's no wonder he shot up to #1 in the world and was named the ICC Test Player of the Year. This was his golden era, for sure.
And this nickname, the second wall, oh, there's a great story behind this one. It actually came from his opening partner, the legendary Virender Sehwag. It was after Gambhir batted for more than 10 hours to save a test match in New Zealand. Calling him that was the ultimate compliment, comparing him to the original wall, Rahul Dravid. It was all about respect for his incredible grit.
Okay, so the guy was a brilliant batsman, no doubt. But could he lead? Could he take all that intensity and turn it into success for a whole team? Well, the Indian Premier League was about to give us the answer.
$2.4 million. In 2011, that number sent shockwaves through the cricket world. When the Kolkata Knight Riders paid that, making him the most expensive player in the IPL, they weren't just buying a batsman. They were betting the farm on a leader. And the pressure? It was absolutely massive.
And honestly, this chart tells you everything you need to know. Before Gambhir got there, KKR, for all their star power, had exactly 0 titles. With him at the helm, 2. It was one of the biggest turnarounds in the league's history, turning a team of underachievers into champions.
Yeah, the record really does speak for itself, doesn't it? 2 championships, making the playoffs time and again, and on top of all that, he became their all-time leading run scorer. Oh, and by the way, remember that short time he captained India in the ODIs? Yeah, he went 5 for 5. The guy just knew how to win.
So after an incredible career on the field, what's next? Well, for Gambhir, it was a total pivot. He decided to step into a completely different world, politics. And yeah, it was a move that caught a lot of people by surprise. And it really was a whirlwind. He joins the BJP in March 2019, and boom, just a couple of months later, he wins his election in East Delhi by a huge margin. He did his full 5-year term, but then in early 2024, he decided to step back, saying he wanted to put his focus back on cricket. It's also really important to talk about this side of him, because it's a big part of who he is. His foundation, which he actually started way back in 2014, does some incredible work. We're talking community kitchens, helping to educate the children of martyrs. It shows a whole different dimension to the man.
And that desire to focus on cricket, it brings us right up to today, to his newest chapter. He's back in the game, not with a bat in hand, but as a mentor and a coach. And, well, spoiler alert, the success has followed him.
I mean, his impact was immediate, right? He goes to the brand new Lucknow team, and bam, they're in the playoffs 2 years in a row. Then he comes back home to KKR, and in his very first season back in the dugout, he takes them all the way to another IPL title in 2024. This Midas touch he seems to have, it's exactly why he's now the frontrunner for the head coaching job for Team India. So what's his secret sauce as a coach? People are calling it the Gambhir effect. And it's pretty much what you'd expect. That same fire and intensity he had as a player. We're talking aggressive tactics, smart strategy, and this absolute non-negotiable focus on winning when the pressure's on. It's definitely a high-risk, high-reward style, and yeah, it gets results. But it's also stirred up its fair share of debate.
So after all this, what are we left with? Player, captain, politician, coach. It's an incredible journey. You've got the World Cup hero, the captain who turned a franchise around, the member of parliament, and now the coach with a golden touch. Each part of his life has been so different, yet so impactful. But the big question is, when we look back years from now, which of these roles will be the one that truly defines the legacy of Gautam Gambhir?